Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair and today I am continuing my curating and decluttering my makeup collection series. Today we are doing bronzer and blush. This, I believe, is part 3, so this should be the third video that you see. I don't have as many, I have a lot of bronzers and blushes, but I feel like this shouldn't be as hard as concealer and foundation, but maybe it will be. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on the rest of my curating my makeup collection series. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do this like we've done the others. I'm gonna try to swatch as many of these things as I can. I may not be able to swatch everything because this video will be even longer than it's already going to be, but I'll do my best. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have most of my bronzers and blushes in here. This is my little organizer from the Cosmetic Archive, but I also have some that don't fit in here. I have creams that don't fit in here, so those are over this way. So we'll do these first that are in this container. All right, let's start with an easy one. And I have 2 of these. These are the Bare Minerals Endless Summer Bronzers. I have 2 of them and I love them both. I have the shade Faux Tan and Warmth. So Warmth is much warmer, if you can tell, than Faux Tan. Faux Tan works better for me when I don't have like any sun at all, so this works better in the winter time, but I like Warmth as well for the spring and summer. These are so nice, you guys. I don't know if they still have them or not, but both of mine came from TJ Maxx. Okay, so there is Faux Tan. Warmth is down here. They're very similar. Warmth is just a little bit warmer and a little bit deeper than Faux Tan, but I love them both. Obviously, we'll be keeping those. Next is another absolute favorite, which is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Nude Bronze Light. Is that right? Yeah, Nude Bronze Light. These Hourglass bronzers are marbled, like you can see here, so they're kind of hard to swatch. Like this one, that's it right there. So it's really, really pretty. It doesn't really do it justice just to swatch it because you can't even really see it, but when you put this on your face, it's just so nice, so luminous looking. This is a definite keep. Okay, I also have these sitting here. These are the infamous butter bronzers. I'm not sure why I have 2 of them. I have the original bronzer shade, which is this one, and then I have light bronze. So this one is light bronze and this is the original bronze. So there is the original bronze and this is the light bronze. So this one's just a little bit deeper, a little more neutral. To me, the light bronze is a little more yellow toned. I prefer the more neutral one. So I will keep the original bronzer color and I'm going to pass on the light bronze. Next, sitting here, I have my Milk Makeup matte bronzer in the shade Baked. 100% will be keeping this. I've been using this so much lately, especially in my videos. That is it right there. It looks scary, like it's really intense and dark, but this bronzer, for whatever reason, when you blend it out, like this is just with my finger. It is such a pretty natural looking bronzer. I'm obsessed with this and definitely will be keeping it. Next here is my Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. This is the reformulated one, not the original one, which I personally don't mind. I like this one. I'll swatch it for you. So you can see this one's a little bit lighter than the Milk bronzer down here, but this I love. I know some people are not a fan of the new formula, I personally love it, but I also never tried the original, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but I do like this. I will be keeping it. Next, we have another cult favorite, for me at least. This is NARS Laguna. This is the older packaging, and you can see it's very well loved. This, I've said this before, but this was my first high-end bronzer ever. Not this specific Laguna, but Laguna was my first high-end bronzer. It is so pretty. It's such a perfect bronze color. This is one I'll always keep in my collection for sure. Okay, this one's gonna be hard. So this is from Becca. This is one of the sunlit bronzers in the shade Bronzed Bondi. This is it right here. I haven't used this one in quite a while. I can't remember. I want to say this is a tad dark for me, although that doesn't look very dark. So that is it right there. It's definitely a very warm bronzer. It's much warmer than the Laguna, if you can tell. I just don't reach for this. It's not, yeah, I think this one's gonna go. I hate to, because I know Becca is closing. I hate to get rid of any of their stuff since they're going away forever, but I just don't feel like I'm gonna reach for this, so I am gonna pass this one on. Okay, next, sitting here, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. Mine is in the shade medium. I love this bronzer. I will say the only thing about this to me is sometimes I feel like I don't use this as much because it's so large. That's probably weird to say, but sometimes I feel like I don't reach, that's it right there. I don't reach for this bronzer as much, and I think it's just because the packaging is so big and bulky. It doesn't fit anywhere very well, but I do like it. I do want to keep this one. Next, we have the Patrick Ta. This is the Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in Oh She's Different. And this is so pretty, you guys. So this is really the only blush I have in a shade like this. This is the cream and then the powder up here. It looks kind of scary in the pan, but it's not. So there is the cream, which is so pretty. And there is the powder above it. So how pretty are those colors? I love those, especially for fall. These tones I love, and I don't have a blush in this tone except this one, so I definitely want to keep that one. Next we have this. This is from Tarte. So this was a limited edition Amazonian clay blush in the shade Fairy Flush. They don't make this anymore. I bought this mainly because of the packaging, to be honest, but I've had this for a few years. It's pretty old. That's what it looks like. I don't even know if it still swatches well or not. Let's see. It does. So that is it right there. It's just a rosy pink. Okay, this is gonna have to be a maybe, because I like this, but again, I feel like I would never use it in videos because you can't buy it. So I don't know. This one's gonna be a maybe. Next is the Ilia Drawn In Nightlight Bronzing Powder in the shade Drawn In. This is the lighter of the two. This is super nice. This is a very silky matte bronzer. That's it right there. It's such a pretty color. I love this one. I need to use this more, honestly. Definitely will keep that one. Oh my gosh. Okay, this next one. So this is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. And I remember for the longest time, I was dying to have one of these. This is in the bronze. Yeah, the bronze shade. But I never ever use this, and I don't know why. Like, let me swatch it. So there it is with all the colors mixed together, and it's so pretty. I truly do not know why I don't use this, but I don't know. I feel like I need to pass this on because I just never reach for it. So I am gonna declutter that one. Next we have another Patrick Ta blush. This is one of the first ones he came out with from the Monochrome Moment collection, and this one is in the shade She's Sincere. I'm really torn about this one because every time I use this blush, it looks really pretty in the pan, but I feel like I have to like build it and build it and build it in order to see anything. Like, I just did like 3 swatches right there, and I just feel like you can barely see it. I don't know. I don't love this one. I don't know. I wish it was just a little more pigmented, so I think I'm gonna pass that one on. Next, we have 2 drugstore bronzers. These are the Milani Silky Matte bronzers. This is probably my favorite drugstore bronzer. This one is in the shade 01 Sunlight. That is it right there. Such a pretty color. And then this is the shade number 2. What is this? Sun-Kissed, which is also really pretty. It's just a little bit deeper. So this is Sunlight and this is Sun-Kissed. Both really pretty. This is a great drugstore bronzer, you guys. If you like a matte bronzer, you would probably love this. These I will definitely be keeping. Next is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sun-Kissed. Looks like this. I've used this a few times and I did like it. I don't like it as much as the Milani bronzer. It's not super, super pigmented. Well, yes, it is pretty pigmented. It's nice. This one I'm gonna keep in the maybe though, just because, I don't know. Depending on how many drugstore bronzers I keep, I might keep this one, but I don't know. So we're gonna put that one in the maybe. Next is the Maybelline City Bronzer, and this is in the shade 200. So I think this is the medium shade. There it is right there. That is, I would say, a little bit warmer than the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one's a little more neutral, but I like this Maybelline one for sure. It doesn't have glitter in it, but it almost has a little bit of a sheen to it. Well, actually, now that I look at it in the pan, it does kind of have glitter, but it's extremely subtle. It's really nice though. I do want to keep this one. Okay, and lastly in this row, ooh, these are going to be hard. Okay, these are from Dior. These are, what are these called? The Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blushes. So we have pink and we have coral. So when I got these, I feel like I saw them on somebody, or I forget, that for some reason I really felt the need to buy this. Ooh, but that one is really pretty. It's just very, very corally. And then we have rosy, or we have the pink shade. This one looks really scary, but when you actually blend it on your skin, it's not as bad. It is definitely more of a bubblegum pink though, but if you use a light hand with it, it can be very subtle. These I am gonna keep. I don't use these often, but I'm not sure why. I feel like this spring and summer I'm gonna get some more use out of these, so I will be keeping those. Okay, next, you already know, I'm keeping these. These are my Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blushers. I love all 3 of these. Definitely will be keeping them. I'll swatch the ones that I have. So there is Pillow Talk, Climax, and Ecstasy. So Ecstasy, Climax, and Pillow Talk. I love them all. Definitely will be keeping those. Next we have 2 from Hourglass. These are the Ambient Lighting blushes. I have the shade Luminous Flush and Diffused Heat. Okay, so there is Diffused Heat. It's definitely more of a rosy pink. Luminous Flush is right there. So these are all very subtle blushes, but you can kind of build them up. These Hourglass ones don't have shimmer in them, but these Charlotte Tilbury's do have a very faint shimmer to them. So we have Diffused Heat and Luminous Flush right here. I love Hourglass and I definitely want to keep those. Next, I have some NARS blushes. So I have, what is this? This is the shade Lovejoy. So this is an interesting shade. It's kind of, it's a rose with a little bit of a brown undertone to it, but it's pretty. That's it right there. It's kind of a mauve almost. I never used this. I don't know that I would use that, to be honest. Next is the infamous Orgasm, and this one is like 10 out of 10 expired, most likely. I should probably pass this one on and buy a new one, but it still swatches okay. And then what is this? This is the, oh, this is the Orgasm Blush Duo. I think I got this in a set one time. So it has the Orgasm blush here, and then I don't know if this is supposed to be a highlight. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty. I never used that, but that's so pretty. Ooh. Okay. So honestly, let me swatch the Orgasm that's in this. Honestly, this doesn't swatch any better than the other one that I have. So I'm gonna keep this Duo and the original Orgasm, even though it's definitely expired. Okay, I guess this is gonna go in the maybe pile. I can't decide about this one. It's it right there. Yeah, that's gonna go in the maybes. Oh my gosh, this is the mini Tom Ford Glow Bronzer in the shade Terra. This, you guys, look at this packaging. So beautiful. Such a pretty, perfect bronze shade. Like, look at that. I never use this because it's so expensive, and my mindset is always, oh, I don't want to use it up, but I need to use this more because it's way too pretty not to use it. Definitely will keep that one. Okay, this next one, this is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Natural Radiance Bronzer, and this is the shade Sunkissed. I'll swatch this one for you. So I feel like every time I use this, it just doesn't really wow me. It's a little bit orangey, so that's it right there. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this color, so I'm gonna pass that one on. Then we have this. This is from Well People. This is the Bio Baked bronzer in the shade Natural Tan. This I haven't had for too long, but I have used it a few times and I did like it. That's it right there. Really nice. This does have a little bit of radiance to it, but I like it. It kind of reminds me of the finish of the Hourglass bronzers, so I do want to keep that one. Again, that's one I really need to use more. Next, we have this little Natasha Denona Bloom Highlighting Blush, and it looks like this. It kind of reminds me of NARS Orgasm. This looks very intense, but when you blend it out, look how pretty. It really reminds me of Orgasm. Love it. I don't use this very much at all, but I need to, especially for spring and summer. So I do want to keep that one. Then we have the Persona Super Blush. This one is in the shade Georgia. It's a really pretty peachy pink. That is it right there. Very pretty. Love this one. Definitely want to keep that one. Next is by Almay. This is one of the Healthy Hue blushes, and this one is in the shade What shade is this? Oh, So Peachy. That is it right there. It's a little bit darker than the Persona. This one is got a little bit more pink to it, I would say. It's pretty, I don't know. It's not really speaking to me that much. I think I'm gonna pass that one on. And last in this row is again another Becca product. This is the Mineral Blush in the shade Songbird. And this is kind of a nudie, a warm nude, I would say. Let me swatch this. I haven't used this in a long time. Oh, it's pretty though. That is it right there. Oh, that's a pretty color. So pretty. I never use this, but I actually like that color. Okay, that one's gonna go in the maybes. And okay, last row in this little container. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Punchy. This is a really, really pretty color. Looks kind of scary when you first put it on, but it's not. It's definitely a pinky blush with just a hint of peach in it. It's matte, so there's no shimmer in here. I like this a lot. I do want to keep this one. Ooh, another one I've loved for a long time. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Satin Blush in the shade Peony. That is it right there. Very subtle. This one does have some shimmer in it, but it's really pretty. I like this one. I do want to keep that. Then we have the classic Milani Luminoso. I actually heard someone say the other day that this has been reformulated, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This used to be one of my favorite things in the whole world, and it's still really pretty. Almost more of a highlighter blush, but the color for spring and summertime is so pretty. So I will keep that one. Moving right along. This one is from the PYT brand, and this is the shade Hustle. This is really pretty actually. It's kind of a rosy nude with a little bit of shimmer to it. I like this one. I don't use this either. I gotta start rotating my stuff, you guys, because like this never gets used and I don't know why, because it's really pretty. So I will keep that one. Okay, we had to take a break. My camera died. All right, let's hopefully get through these before it dies again. Next we have this. This is from Bare Minerals. It's one of the Bounce and Blur blushes in the shade Blurred Buff. And this I am obsessed with. I have not had this very long actually. I got this recently, but oh my gosh, this is such a pretty blush. I love it. Definitely will keep that one. Another Bare Minerals blush. This is just the original Gin Nude blush. This is in the shade Let's Go Nude, which I'm pretty sure they don't make this shade anymore. I got this actually at TJ Maxx, but oh yeah, so pretty. Very similar to the Bounce and Blur, but this Blurred Buff has a little bit of shimmer to it, and this one is more matte. But love this. Definitely keep that one. Next, this is from Neutrogena. This is the Healthy Skin blush in the shade Rosy. I can't remember how I feel about this. I haven't used this one in quite a while. That's it right there. It's very light. Yeah, it's not something I reach for, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Next we have MAC Powder Blush in the shade Melba. This is one of the matte blushes. That's it right there. Super pretty, really nice neutral peachy color. I like that one, so we'll keep that. This is MAC, but this is one of the mineralized blushes. This is the shade Lovejoy, I think, yeah. Lovejoy. This is also very pretty. This has a good bit of a sheen or a little bit of shimmer to it. It's a little bit more on the rosy side, but it's very pretty. Love this one. These are really pigmented, so you have to use kind of a light hand with those, but they're nice. Next we have the Kylie Cosmetics blush in the shade We're Going Shopping. This is definitely gonna go. I never use any of my Kylie Cosmetics stuff. I don't know, it's just not really my favorite. That's it right there. It's pretty, but I don't know, I just don't use it, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Ooh, okay. Next we have two of the Hello Kitty ColourPop, Hello Kitty and Friends ColourPop collab they did recently. I have both shades. I have this one, which is, let's see, At Frost Sight. Very, very pinky. Almost a purpley pink. And then we have Bundled Up, which is more of a warm pink, which is there. I'm definitely gonna pass this one on. It's At Frost Sight. This is just a little too cool tone for me. I just don't think I'm gonna use that. And this one is okay. I really want to keep it for the packaging because it's so cute, but I don't know, I never use this, so I'm probably gonna pass that one on too. And another ColourPop blush. This was from the Disney Designer Collection. This was the Belle blush in the shade Enchanted Mirror. That is it right there. It's just a really light pink. I don't know, this doesn't really speak to me either, to be honest. And yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that one too. Okay, so we've emptied out this, which is very exciting. Now we just have these back here, which are mostly creams, but we have a few powders mixed in here too. Moving on to mostly creams, we have a few more powders. I have 3 of the Cover FX, what are these called? Monochromatic Bronzer and Blush Duos. So this one is the bronzer in the shade Sun-Kissed Bronze. So pretty. This definitely does not get enough love from me, and I need to use this more because this is gorgeous. Love it. Definitely will keep that. Then we have one of the blushes in the shade Pink Dahlia, which is there. So pretty. These are so pigmented. You need the tiniest bit of these for them to show up. They are very, very richly pigmented. And then I have this one in the shade Soft Peach, which I also love. So Soft Peach, Pink Dahlia, and Sun-Kissed Bronze. I love them all. Definitely want to keep those. Next we have Charlotte Tilbury. I almost call this the Hollywood Flawless Filter, the Film Star Bronze and Glow. So this honestly is not something I use a ton, but I do like it. This bronzer is a little more cool toned, and the highlight is also pretty. It's very subtle. So there's the highlight and there's the bronzer. Very pretty. I'll definitely keep it. I only use this really when I put on a good bit of makeup and I want more of a cool toned, like a contouring bronzer. I would use this, but I like it, so I will keep that. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is so pretty. This is one of those things I love so much. I don't use it and I don't know why. This is the Tom Ford Skin Illuminating Powder Duo in the shade Incandescent. This doesn't look that exciting in the pan, but just wait. That's it there. So there's the highlighter, so beautiful, and the blush. They both obviously have a sheen to them, but these in the summertime with like a really light like a tinted moisturizer or something. So pretty. I need to pull this out and use it. I'm hoping going through all of my stuff like this will inspire me to continue with my everyday makeup drawer videos, because since I did my last one, I have really used all of those products and I really like kind of figured out how I feel about all of them, and that's what I want to get. That's what I want to do with all of my makeup. So I hope that this will kind of help me out with that. Okay, now we just have some creams left. We have two of the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek blushes. I love these so much. This is the shade Work. Oh, love it so much. And the shade Perk, which is more of a peach. These are so nice. They do have kind of a fruity smell to them. They almost smell like sweet tarts. They smell really good, but they do have a strong smell. I love these. Definitely want to keep those. Next, we have the Fenty Freestyle. What is this? The Freestyle Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. This I also love. That is it right there. Very similar to the Milk bronzer. A little more warm, I would say, than the Milk one, but very pretty. I love that one. Then we have this. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies All Over Face Color in the shade Bondi Bay. This is a little bit dark for me, so I only really wear this in the summertime. It's very pretty, just very dark for my skin tone, but I do like it for spring and summer, so I will keep that one. It's not as intense once you kind of blend it out, but I don't use it as much in the winter, but I will keep that one. Next we have Tower 28. This is the Beach Please Buildable Luminous Color for Cheeks in the shade Magic Hour. This, oh, is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Love this color. Definitely a keeper. And then I also have the Tower 28 Bronzino. So this is the same formula. It's just the bronzer version. So this is the lighter color. The shade is West Coast. And this is a very luminous bronzer. I don't know if you can tell, but it has a good bit of a sheen to it, but in the summertime, this is so pretty. Gotta keep that one. Let's see, what else we have? Okay, we have two Glossier Cloud Paints. These I really need to use more. I don't know why I don't use these that much. I think it's because of the application. Like, I don't love having to squeeze them out to use them. And they're also very pigmented. Like, I barely squeezed it and just got a ton out. So this is the shade Beam. Yeah, see, I got way too much of that. It's very pretty, but you do have to kind of be careful with these. And then this is the shade Puff. This one is a little more pink. Yeah, so really pretty. I just got too much of that one. These I need to use more and kind of figure out the best way to apply them. I think that's it. They kind of intimidate me because every time I've used them, I feel like I use too much and then I don't love how it looks, but it's just, I need to find the best way to use them. So those I will keep. Next we have these from Wet n Wild. These are the Mega Glow makeup sticks. So I have two of the blushes and then one of the contours. So for the blush, this is the shade Floral Majority. This is pretty, but it's almost identical to the Work shade from Milk. So I prefer the formula on the Milk one more. So I am gonna pass that one on. I also have it in the shade Peach Bums. which is there. This is almost like a highlighter on me, which I don't love. It honestly kind of reminds me of the Natasha Denona highlighting blush, but just a cream. I just don't know that I'll use this if I keep it. And then the contour stick is the shade Where's Walnut. This I'm definitely going to get rid of. I have a very hard time blending out this bronzer every time I've tried to use it. It's just, I don't know, it's just very difficult to use for me. So I think I'm going to pass all three of these on. I feel like I have others that I like more. Next, we have two of my favorite cream blushes ever. These are the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. And we have two. This was my first shade that I got, which is Petal Poppin', which I love. And then I have the shade Rose Latte, which is more of a nude, kind of a rosy nude, but I love them both. This may be my favorite cream blush, to be honest. I just love these from Fenty. They're so nice. Next, we have this from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Bliss, and this is one of the matte blushes. Honestly, have not used this that many times. I found it kind of hard to work with because they dry really, really quickly. But this is a pretty color. I feel like, kind of like the cloud paints, I need to use this more. So I'm gonna put that in the maybe for now because I'm not like over the moon excited about it. So I don't know about that. Then we have Physicians Formula. This is from the Organic Wear line. This is the Sculpting Bronzer in, let's see, what shade is this? Okay, there's no shade on it. I don't know which shade this is. This is not my favorite, kind of similar to the Wet n Wild one. This is kind of hard to blend out sometimes, and that's like my pet peeve with creams. I do not like something that's difficult to blend because I just won't use it. It's also kind of an orangey tone, so this one I am going to get rid of. Next we have the Ilia Multi-Stick. This is the shade Ladybird. Very, very pretty. That's it right there. Kind of a rosy color. Very pretty. I like this. I do want to keep this. This is the only one I have of these from Ilia. Then we have Physicians Formula Organic Wear Dewy Blush Elixir. And this is the shade Pink Berry. This, I'm pretty sure, is expired. So that is it right there. It's pretty, very, very sheer. And it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of chunky looking when I pumped it out. So yeah, I think this is expired. It's nice, but I definitely have others that I like better. And then we have two of the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Glow bronzers, and I have the same two shades in these, Faux Tan and Warmth, that I have in the powder bronzer. These, I believe, I will definitely keep. Very pretty. So that is the shade Faux Tan. Oh, I got way too much. Way too much of Warmth, but that is Warmth. Both very pretty. Again, definitely will keep these. I love the Bare Minerals bronzers. Then I just have this little baby of the Milk Lip and Cheek in the shade Work. It's the same shade. I have the large size in, but I love it, so I will also keep this mini. Okay, now I just want to look at these maybes really quickly. This blush from Tarte, I'm going to get rid of this. This is old and you can't buy it anymore. And I have tons of blushes, obviously. Some that even look very similar to this. So I am going to get rid of that one. the e.l.f. bronzer in Forever Sun-Kissed. Again, I feel like this is very similar to the Maybelline City bronzer, and I don't like this one as much, so I am going to get rid of that one. Same with this NARS blush in, what is this? Lovejoy. I don't know. This color is just not really speaking to me. I feel like I won't use it, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Becca Songbird. Is that right? Yeah, Songbird. I'm going to get rid of this one too. You can't even, well, you're not going to be able to get Becca anymore. I think because I'm questioning it, it's going to be a no. So I'm going to get rid of that one. And honestly, I think I might get rid of Rare Beauty as well. I would rather keep the Cloud Paints from Glossier, and I feel like they're kind of similar to this. I don't know, I just don't love the formula on this either. I don't love how quickly it dries, so I am going to pass this one on as well. Okay, so I put everything back in my organizers here. Basically up here, I put the products that don't fit in these little containers. Ideally, I wouldn't have these here because some of my stuff is hidden now, and the only way to get it out would be to pull this whole organizer out, but for now, this is how I'm going to keep it. I feel like this is a pretty manageable amount, so I'm happy with this. And then I have all of my cream bronzers and blushes in here, which I love because this is very small, compact, and I don't feel overwhelmed by this. So I feel like this is a really good way to store them. And this one actually fits in another drawer I have on the other side, but I haven't done the rest of that drawer yet, so I'm not going to show you this in there until I do the whole drawer and clean everything out. But this is what everything is looking like. I have my Bare Minerals bronzers, mainly bronzers over on the left side, and then these are blushes, and then in the front we have the blushes and the bronzers that don't fit in the little slots. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't get rid of as much, I feel like, in this one as I did the foundation and concealer one, but I feel like everything I have is something I like and I want to use. So I'm happy with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was definitely a little more challenging for me to get rid of some things. I definitely kept more with this than I kept with bronzer or foundation and concealer, but I feel like the things I kept I really do like, so I feel good about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this and are excited for the next curating and decluttering my makeup collection video. We'll probably do eyeshadow palettes next. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and please follow me on Instagram at simply.blair. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.
Sunny